Let's know about hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has a quaternary structure made up of four separate polypeptide chains. Two identical alpha chains with 141 amino acids each, two identical beta chains with 146 amino acids each. Each polypeptide chain is folded or coiled into a compact shape due to hydrophobic interactions between the R group. All four polypeptide chains are linked to form a roughly spherical hemoglobin molecule. A precise 3D shape of the hemoglobin molecule is absolutely critical to its oxygen carrying function. The hydrophilic R groups are arranged uh, around the outside of the molecule, which allows hemoglobin to mix with the watery medium inside red blood cells. Attached to each polypeptide chain is a prosthetic heme group with an Fe2 plus ion. Each Fe2 plus ion can combine with one oxygen molecule. Human hemoglobin has 4 polypeptide chains and 4 heme groups and can therefore carry 4 into oxygen molecule. 4 into oxygen molecule. When hemoglobin is bound to oxygen, it is called oxyhemoglobin, and the color changes from purplish red to bright red. The 3D shape of globular protein is critical to their function. Slight changes can have radical effects. Example, in sickle cell anemia, one amino acid change causes a shape change in the molecule that in turn reduces the ability of hemoglobin to bind to oxygen and changes the shape of the whole red blood cell from a bioconcave disc to a sickle shape. Severe sickle cell anemia can be fatal. Let's know about structure of insulin. Human insulin contains two protein chains with a total of 51 amino acids. It is structured with two polypeptide chains linked by two disulfide bonds connecting the amino acid cysteine to cysteine. There is also a third disulfide bond that connects these same amino acids within chain A. Chain A consists of 21 amino acids and chain B contains 30 amino acids. That one special thing about insulin is its change in structure to become useful in the human body. Insulin is originally produced as pre-proinsulin, which is transferred into a prohormone molecule by proteolytic action into proinsulin and finally into the active polypeptide hormone insulin. Insulin is classified as a hormone and is needed for the proper utilization of glucose. Diabetes must take insulin injections to maintain health. Since the available supplies of human insulin are so low, insulin formed from cows, dogs and sheep must be used. In recent years, human insulin is now manufactured by recombinant DNA technologies. It is used by some diabetics successfully, although some do not have as strong an awareness of a condition known as hypoglycemia, which must be corrected by eating some sugar. The secondary structure of insulin is an example of the alpha helix. There are three segments. The intramolecular hydrogen bonding in the alpha helix is between the amide groups. The hydrogen on the amide of one protein chain is hydrogen bonded to the amino oxygen of the neighboring protein chain. A very interesting factor about insulin is the three disulfide bonds. Two of them hold the two chains together and the third causes a loop within a single chain. Let's know about collagen. Collagen is the major structural protein in the extracellular matrix. It is the most abundant protein in vertebrates. In humans, tendons, in tendons, the walls of blood vessel, cartilage, bone, gums, These are the examples of collagen. Sea anemones, egg cases of dogfish. Collagens are a large family of proteins containing at least 19 different members. A typical collagen molecule is long, elastic, stiff, triple stranded helical structure. The fundamental unit of collagen is tropocollagen. Tropocollagen consists of three coiled polypeptides called chains. The alpha chains are left-handed polypeptide and have 3.3 amino acid residues per turn. Three alpha chains wind around one another in a characteristic right-handed triple helix. Vertebrates have about 25 different kinds of alpha chains, each coded by different chains and its own unique amino acid sequences. These different types of alpha chains combine in various ways to form at least different types of collagen molecules. Type 1, 2 and 3 represent 90% of collagens. The amino acid sequence in alpha chains is generally a repeating tripeptide unit, GlyXY, where X is often proline and Y is often 3,4 hydroxyproline or 5 hydroxylysine. Glycine constituents approximately one-third of the amino acid residues. Proline and hydroxyproline confer rigidity on the collagen molecule. The hydroxylation is carried out during post-translational modifications of alpha chains by two enzymes, prolyl hydroxylase and lysyl hydroxylase. Ascorbate, that is vitamin C, acts as cofactors for these enzymes and hence is essential for hydroxylation of proline and lysine residues. Hydroxylation results in formation of interchain hydrogen bonds. It also allows the glycosylation of hydroxylysine residues. Deficiencies of ascorbic acid causes scurvy, a disease that affects the structure of collagen. It occurs due to impaired synthesis of collagen as a result of deficiencies of proline and lysyl hydroxylases. The alpha chains are synthesized on membrane-bound ribosomes and enter into the lumen of the endoplasmic reticulum. In the lumen of endoplasmic reticulum, selected proline and lysine residues are hydrolyzed to form hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine respectively, and some of the hydroxylysine residues are glycosylated. Each alpha chain then combines into two others to form a hydrogen bonded triple stranded helical molecule known as tropocollagen. Tropocollagen is secreted into the extracellular space. After secretion, the tropocollagens assemble in the extracellular space to form collagen fibrils. Let's know about cross-linking of collagen. Covalent crosslinks are found both within a tropocollagen molecule and between different molecules. Intramolecular crosslinks form through the action of lysyl oxidase, a copper-dependent enzyme that oxidatively determines the epsilon amino groups of lysine residues, yielding reactive aldehydes of allicin residues. Such aldehydes of two side chains then link covalently in a spontaneous non-enzymatic aldol condensation. Histidine may also be involved in certain crosslinks. Sequence of the intramolecular cross-linking of tropocollagens involves the formation of a unique hydroxypyridium structure from one lysine and two hydroxylysine residues. Sequence of events in biosynthesis of collagen are synthesis and first-pointed synthesis and entry of polypeptide into lumen of RAR. RER. Second is hydroxylation of prolyl and lysine residues. Third point is glycosylation. Four is formation of tropocollagen. Fifth is packaged into transport vesicles. Sixth is exocytosis. Seventh is lateral covalent cross-linking of tropocollagens. Eighth is aggregation of fibrils. Next, let's know about elastin. Elastin is a highly hydrophobic connective tissue protein that is responsible for extensibility and elasticity. It is the second major protein in the extracellular matrix, which is the main component of elastic fibers found in ligaments, large arteries, and lungs. After synthesis, a 72 kilodalton molecule of tropoelastin is secreted into the matrix. This protein is rich in nonpolar amino acid and usually rich in proline and glycine. Unlike collagen, it is not glycosylated and contains some hydroxyproline but no hydroxylysine. The tropoelastin is composed largely of two types of short sequences that alternate along the polypeptide chain: hydrophobic segments and alanine and lysine rich segments. After secretion from the cell, certain lysine residues of tropoelastin are oxidatively deaminated to aldehydes by lysyl oxidase. The condensation of three of these lysine-derived aldehydes with an unmodified lysine results in formation of a tetrafunctional crosslink called desmosins. Once cross-linked in its mature extracellular form, elastin is highly insoluble and extremely soluble. Let's know about keratins. Keratins are fibrous proteins present in eukaryotes. They form a large family with about 30 members being distinguished. Keratins have been classified in either alpha keratins or beta keratins. Alpha keratins are intermediate filament proteins present only in many metazoans, including vertebrates. In vertebrates, alpha keratins constitute almost the entire dry weight of hair, wool, feathers, nails, claws, scales, horns, hooves, and much of the outer layer of skin. The polypeptide chain, which forms polymerized structure, is a right-handed alpha helix and rich in hydrophobic amino acid residues: ALA, alanine, valine, leutenin, ALA, VAL, LEU, LLE, MET, and PHE. Every alpha keratin polypeptide chain demerizes to form heterodimer. The heterodimer is made up of type 1, that is acidic, and type 2, that is neutral or basic polypeptide chains. The two chains in heterodimer have a parallel arrangement. Two heterodimers join in an antiparallel manner to form the fundamental tetrameric subunit. Two protofilaments constitute a protofibril. Four protofibrils constitute a microfibril which associates with other microfibrils to form a microfibril. Let's know about myoglobin. Myoglobin, that is MB, a globular protein, contains a single polypeptide chain of 153 amino acid residues and a single heme group. The inside of myoglobin consists of almost exclusively of nonpolar residues, whereas the outside contains both polar and nonpolar residues. About 75% of the polypeptide chain is alpha helical. There are 8 helical segments. These 8 helical segments are commonly labeled A to H, starting from the NH2 terminal end. The interhelical regions are designated as AB, BC, CD like this, GH respectively. The iron atom of the heme is directly bonded to a nitrogen atom of a histidine side chain of globin. Its next class we will talk about heme. Thank you.